friends, my name is Joey Balistreri. Welcome to my work table. I am so happy and so excited because I am now going to be doing a collaboration every single month with Softflex Company. I'll be unboxing and designing with their design challenge kit that they do every month. And I'm so thrilled because months and months back, well, over a year, I started a playlist just for the Softflex items and kits because their bead stringing wire is my favorite. There's nothing like it. I always say it is like touching the difference between silk and polyester. And I love their number 2 crimp tubes to go with the magical crimping plier. They're high quality and they work with that plier, and their craft wire is unmatched. It's just wonderful. You can get all the different gauges in the same color wire for endless design possibilities, and I just love this company. So I have always, when my budget allowed, purchased the design challenge kit and tried to do some videos, and always showing some really cool things that you can do with the Softflex bead stringing wire. The 49 strand is my favorite. But this is going to be my first of the regular monthly collaborations, and I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy. So I'm going to try to do a pretty fast unboxing of this kit. It has already been revealed on the Softflex YouTube channel and website, and so I'm going to try to do a fast unboxing because I've already designed 2 projects and I want to do the first one right in this video. So we're going to jump right in. There is a garnet color medium beading wire, my favorite, the 49 strand in the garnet color. It is absolute perfection. That came in the kit. And the crimp tubes that I just spoke about, we're getting a little selection of the number 2 crimp tubes. I have tons of these. I buy them and dump them in a little jar because there's just nothing like Softflex crimp tubes. So those are part of the kit. And then we got some silver plated ear wires with the little ball ends and a lobster claw clasp. And so really this is a full jewelry making kit, like a DIY, go to town and make your pieces. We also got some teeny tiny little beads, little ceramic beads. These are amazing. Look at these little ornaments and little Santas. So if you are a person that does themed and holiday jewelry, if you are a person that does a lot of seasonal things, I personally don't, but these are amazing. I mean, look at the detail and look how small they are. I just love, look at the detail in these little beads, and they are ceramic. So they just feel so amazing. I just love them. I'm gonna set a little dish here for the overflow items. And then let's see what is up next. There is this little sweater charm with a little reindeer on it. Absolutely adorable. And then look at this, you guys. These were selected especially for this design challenge kit. These are red mille fiori coin beads and a red and gold pinch bead mix. Look how stunning these beads are. I love the mille fiori beads. The most beautiful ones are made in Italy, but other countries make them too. There are Chinese mille fiori. I love them. I purchased quite a few of them on my trip to Italy last year, and I'm going again this year, and maybe I'm going to get some more, but these are absolutely stunning. Look at that sweet little size. And then we got some, let's see, opaque green bicone beads right here. This is one of my favorite check glass beads. It's a pressed glass, and you get all the dimension and all the angles of a bicone bead, but because it's pressed glass, it's very smooth. There's nothing sharp on it like a crystal bead. So against your skin, it just feels so great. And then there is a check glass oval bead in a light green. So pretty. And then one of my other favorites, these are the faceted rounds made in the Czech Republic in a beautiful green. Looks to me like this is a 4mm size. And then this is so cool. This is a little crochet bead. Not little, it is a huge crochet bead, but I just love it. It's supposed to be like a ball of yarn because we're in sweater weather, and you know, ugly sweaters are a thing. And so I'm so excited about my first project. And then this is really a cool bead. This would have come in assorted color, mixed colors, so yours may not be green. I am not sure at the time of this filming because I haven't seen other unboxings, but this is a vintage style ornament bead, and I'm so happy that I got the green. For the project I have in mind, it is perfection. And then you have to love getting a Jessie James bead mix, and so this bead mix is called Christmas Sweater, and it is right here. And as I said, I'm going to pull in another dish so we can just have a look at some of the things that are in here. So my eye is going immediately to these faceted square beads. The drill hole goes right up the middle. Let me get a piece of wire so I can show you. The drill hole goes up the middle, and they are faceted with miters, almost like a picture frame. Absolutely a beautiful bead. And then I love these. I love these. These are little, they look like some kind of a little ornament, or even a little like pom-pom, but they have the little loop on the top, so those could be adorable charms for a bracelet or necklace, but you know, they scream earrings. They really do. So I love those. And then there are some gorgeous teardrop beads, quite elongated and faceted. Those are wonderful. And I see some oversized faceted rice beads in this mix. Those are lovely. And oh my goodness, look at this. Oh, there are two of them. Oh my, I might have to do an earring blitz. Look at these. These are like a mix between a star and a poinsettia flower. And I love this. I just love this. One of the big jewelry trends going into 2025, November, December, and into 2025 is a pop of red in your fashion. So not head to toe red, but an accent of red, a handbag, a scarf, a bracelet, a pair of earrings. And could those be any more perfect? I love those. Absolutely wonderful. And then I see a couple of large hole beads, and they have a little snowflake and reindeer pattern inside. You have to look really closely. Those are cool. And I love these. I just love, these are little acrylic beads, but they look like candy. They have the little red, the little white stripes on the red bead, and they just look like candy. So beautiful. And there are a whole bunch of these little silver sparkle, little bling balls. They are so wonderful. What gorgeous spacers. They just add a lot of sparkle to whatever you're making. And then I see some faceted round crystal like coin, puffy coin beads. Oh, there's a lot of these too. Look at how beautiful those are. Oh my, I love those. 6 of those. You know, with that quantity, you can do a bracelet, you could do focal on a necklace, several pairs of earrings. They are just wonderful, and they have a nice weight to them. Let's see, make a little space. I'll put those over here. We've already looked at those. Here are some rondelle shaped green crystals that are beautifully faceted, and some smaller little red crystals. Well, 2 sizes. So it looks like maybe a 6mm and a 4mm. Little red crystals. There's quite a few of those. And then I love getting the crystal rondelle spacers. I am crazy about those. And look at these beautiful bead caps. There's quite a few of those. And I love seeing that they did a little bit of gold, because I was actually planning to add some gold into both of my projects. I love the mix of metals all the time, but it is just so festive, and you know, it just brightens everything up when you mix the gold. So we got some silver spacers and some little tiny gold flower bead caps, and this is just absolutely a fun, wonderful mix. Did I miss anything? I think that is everything. I'm just so excited to start my project. So I am going to clean up my mat. Hint, hint, these are going to be in my first project. I'm going to clean up, just be a second for you, and we're going to make a project. Oh my goodness, you guys, this is so much fun. I am going to cut open all of these beads. I think I'm going to be using all 3 of the bead strands in my project. Let me get these cut open and I'll show you what I have already worked out. This is so fun. I'm just loving this, and as I said, I do not do a lot of seasonal jewelry. So this is quite different, a little bit out of the box for me, but I'm already loving the design. And if you are trying to win an ugly sweater contest, I think with this necklace you would win even if your sweater wasn't ugly. It's going to be wonderful and whimsical in the best possible way, winning the ugly sweater contest. Just having so much fun with these beads. They're just beautiful. So I've cut everything open, and I took one of the little, the ornament bead, and I just took some 20 gauge soft flex wire, the gold, and if you see, I've pulled in some bead caps from my stash in gold and silver. I want to add in gold. I pulled out all of the silver spacers from the mix, and I'm going to do a mix all the way through the piece in gold and silver. So this little component is not quite done because I'm going to add something to the bottom. So one of those little teardrops from the mix, and I took my soft flex 20 gauge wire in silver. I'm always use that to make my jump rings because of the anti-tarnish coating. And I just made one big enough that it will clear the top of that little faceted teardrop, and I'm going to come to the bottom of this, or what I'm determining is the bottom, and add that little teardrop in. And so what I am making, I neglected to tell you, is a really festive lariat necklace. I got to thinking that it's called Ugly Sweater, and you know, what goes better with an ugly sweater than an ugly scarf? And I started thinking of like a scarf-like element in jewelry. And you know, a lariat, you can pretty much wrap it around your neck any way that you would wrap a scarf around. So this is going to be one of the drops on my lariat. And what I did is just made this one a little bit chunkier because this ball was so much smaller than the crocheted one. So this one, again, just a mix of gold and silver, and I am going to do a little spiral on this one. So let me take these off. It's just so big and oversized that a head pin, I don't even know if I have a decorative head pin. You know what? I don't know if I have a decorative head pin that's long enough to go through all those beads. I was going to look and see, but I'm pretty sure that I don't. So I'm going to take my round nose pliers, and I do have a nice blunt cut on the end of this piece of 20 gauge wire. Well, if I could get a hold of it. And I'm just going to turn a tiny little loop. That's going to be the center of my spiral. And then just with my bent chain nose pliers, I'm just going to coil it like a little snail, just pushing against my finger. So in essence, I am making a little head pin, making my own head pin. Just a few little coils. It's a final drop on a necklace, so I don't want it to be too much. That looks good. I don't know if my microphone is picking up. My neighbor's dog is very noisy, and who knows what he's barking at. He barks at everything. Okay, so I just made a little spiral head pin, and for the bottom, I feel like my crochet bead, I feel like it is pretty finished, but I feel like it just needs a little finishing touch. So I put a bead cap. See how pretty it looks? It looks really great. So I'm going to do that, and then just alternating, I'm stacking. I have this oversized, I use these oversized bead caps when I'm making my own boho beads out of all kinds of things, sari silk, and you know, I have a video on that, but that's why I have those in my stash, and I love stacking them. So look at the dimension you get stacking a gold bead cap on top of a silver, and like, look how gorgeous that is for a drop. And then what I did on this one is hold that really tight, and I'm going to bring my 1.5 millimeter one-step looper in here. You can do this with your pliers too, but I really like this tool. And I'm just holding this gently closed, and I want to get my loop in there, and I'm just going to close it slowly. It makes a nice fresh cut, a blunt cut on that end, and just pull my beads down and make sure the loop is centered. This is so chunky and oversized, but I still want that loop centered on everything. And I got this perfect loop in there, which I don't need to do anything to it because I am going to open it again for my lariat. I'm just going to take 2 pliers because I want my spiral head pin to be in exactly the same direction as my loop. So my 2 drops for my lariat necklace are done, and I know it's crazy and it's ugly sweater for sure, but I really love it. It's so whimsical and so fun. Okay, so since I am going to be mixing in gold and silver, I have a little clearance, a silver lined gold 12-0 seed beads. These are perfect for a stringing project because they are, as you can see, extremely inexpensive. And they are great to get length because I do need some length so that this will like loop around my neck. So I'm going to just dump some of these out here, and I'm going to use these to extend the length of these green beads. And it's going to also add in a little gold element. And then here is my bead stringing wire. This is that beautiful garnet color, and I did not measure this. I literally just put this around my neck to see how far my drops would be down if I just looped it over just the way we would a scarf. And so you know, I didn't measure because if you're doing this project and you love this project, you can make it any length you want. You can even do this really, really short so that it's almost like a choker when you loop it and your drops are not hanging down low. So I'm going to start by feeding on a number 2 crimp tube, one of the ones that came in the kit, and I'm just going to make a loop. And I love my one-step looper. I already used my one-step looper. I'm enjoying this so much that I can barely talk. I'm so excited to be collaborating with Soft Legs Company, and I've always loved their products, love their kits. As I said, like a year ago, I made a playlist just for the Soft Flex kits, and now I get to be an affiliate with them, so I love that. Okay, you could do a fold over crimp here if you want to, but I love my magical crimping pliers, so I'm just going to put that number 2 tube right in the center of the single well or divot in this plier, and it just kind of flattens it, turns it into a square, and pinches the 4 corners. And then I'm going to turn it sideways and make sure that I feel that it's right in the center. There it went, right in the center, and close it in that direction, and just open and close the plier a few times until I feel it's just not doing anything. And when I take it away, I have this beautiful little silver bead. And I am going to start stringing. So I'll do a lot of this off camera, but I'm going to give you an idea what I plan to do. I'm going to start with one of these little bicone beads. These are my favorite. I love these. And I think I'm going to be doing pattern blocks on this piece. Let's see if this little cut end will go through. Sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't, and it looks like today it doesn't, so that's okay. I always try, but if it doesn't, I could just come as close as possible to my crimped bead and trim. So as I was saying, when I digress, I'm going to be doing blocks of beads. I had not intended to add any red into this. I was going to try to stick with green and gold and silver, but I may add in a little bit of red as I go. There were these pretty little crystals in the mix, so I'm going to play with my pattern as I go along. The stringing and the pattern play is the most joyful, most relaxing, most fun. of jewelry making. I just love it. So I don't know, I may add in, it is quite pretty to add that little bit of red. It's very festive. So I'm just going to start stringing, and I'm going to, as I said, extend the length of the strands with these 12O seed beads, and they are inexpensive and not uniform, so truly not suitable for bezeling or bead weaving projects, but you know, perfect for stringing your length like this. So I'm just going to create blocks of patterns. I think I'm going to do all the green bicones in one block and just kind of create with the beads. So this will just take a second for you. Through the magic of editing, I'm going to string, 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 create, 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 and I'll come back and show you what it's looking like. I had a few beads left over and a few of the check glass rounds, so I'm going to set those aside. And I just love these. I am so thrilled. I was even thinking about making this a two-sided charm. I don't know if I could make that happen by gluing them together, but I have a bracelet project designed already with some of the other beads from the kit, and I think this is going to make its way into that, so I'm going to set those aside. I'm sorry, you guys, I am just having such a great time with this kit. So my stringing is done, and it is absolutely gorgeous. It's not much of an ugly sweater. It's actually quite beautiful. So let me just kind of review, because I just did little bead patterns with the greens and the golds. So on this end, I finished. I work in odd numbers a lot. It's my interior design background. When you're doing flower arrangements, there's so many things, pillows on a bed, wall hangings. Odd numbers are very pleasing to the human eye. So I tend to work in odd numbers. So my pattern is like 3 of those oval beads with 3 seed beads separating them. And I continue through the whole piece to stack my bead caps, alternating gold and silver. And then I went up to 5 seed beads in between. Inexpensive seed beads are amazing if you need to extend the length of gemstone beads or strand of beads and you really want to do a piece. Like I really wanted a long lariat necklace, but I didn't quite have enough length in the bead strands, but I even had beads left over because of a $2 tube of seed beads, which I still have most of the tube left. So I continued around just dotting my bead patterns with the red, just kind of little bead stations, and I used up all the small red crystals. And it's just a really beautiful, interesting, just look at this section with those pressed glass bicones. Those are one of my favorite check glass bead shapes. I just love them, and this is just so beautiful and so fun. So now on this end, I am going to repeat the same thing with a number 2 crimp tube. And I, just like when we do a bracelet or anything else, I want to not have my piece rigid, especially on a lariat necklace, because you know, you're going to be looping it around your neck like a scarf. But the Softflex 49 strand wire is absolutely amazing for that because it is so fluid. And it looks like I'm even getting my tail or my cut end of my wire maybe to go down through this little oval check bead. Let's see, there's the little end. I don't have anything to hold on to. Let me get my other pliers in here and see if I can pull it through. There, I got it. Okay, and before I crimp, I want to make that loop a little smaller, but before I crimp, I'm just going to like go through and make sure that this is not rigid. And if I need to back this down at all, you know, if I need to back this out, which I kind of feel like I do, just make sure that there's no like big spaces in between, but just that for looping, that my piece is not rigid. And I am pretty happy with that. It looks great. So I'm going to just repeat the same thing on this side that we did on the other side. Turn that little number 2 tube into a little silver bead. Perfection. And I'm just going to trim my little bit of bead stringing wire. And now the really fun part, I have my 2 jump rings here, and I am going to attach my drops to the bottom of my lariat necklace. And so what I decided is that on this side where I have just looks like a little piece of candy, that's where I'm going to put the larger, my crochet piece. I just liked it there, you know, just the designer's choice, and I'm loving this so much. I had so much fun doing this. I love a basic, fun stringing project. It's just so fun. It's relaxing, it's creative, all the different bead patterns. And I'm just going to put my plier inside this jump ring. This one is not a perfect circle, so I'm going to just finesse it a little bit, make sure it's closed really well. Let's see. Check it a little bit more. I am a little bit of a perfectionist with my jewelry, so I will, before I walk away from something, I will fuss with it until I have it just right. I like to have something I'm proud of. This gorgeous, festive lariat necklace is done. I will put some pictures up at the end of the video, but this is so fun and so stunning. I absolutely love the way this turned out. It just thrills me, and it was so much fun to make. So I'll put some pictures up because you can loop this around your neck any way that you want. I'm thinking just a simple, like this part behind the neck, and a simple loop here like that, and just let the little baubles hang where they land. But this is so fun. I am super excited to say that I have something coming up in December that I have never done before. I am thrilled, excited, and terrified all at the same time. So if you have not subscribed to my channel, now would be a great time to do it so you can watch me either succeed or crash and burn. But tap the bell notification and the subscribe button, and you know, I hope you'll join me on my new adventure. And I thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check the description box of this video. I put all the links to my favorite tools and any supplies that I've used that I know where I got them will be in the description box of this video. And I thank you so much for watching. I hope you're all safe and well and having fun on your beading mats. Ciao, creative friends.